AITA for asking my sister to leave after she tried to kick me out of my own house? I am not op. Original post by you, Jess Christina in r. Amithias hole. This was previously posted here a year ago. And NBSP. AITA for asking my sister to leave after she tried to kick me out of my own house? The 22nd of December 2020. My 26F sister, who I'll call Emily, moved in with her husband, 29M, who I'll call Roger, 2 years back. Emily and I were never very close, but we were family nonetheless. Recently, they decided to get their house renovated, and because it's been quite disastrous at their place, they asked if they could move in with me last week. I was a little shocked because we haven't spoken in a while, but I said it would be fine with me. Emily wanted to have a talk. She asked if her and Roger could have the place to themselves on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. I asked where she thinks I can go. Her response? I don't know. Get a motel. She continued to tell me how I can afford a couple days in a motel and it won't kill me. She told me it's nothing against me. It's just that they have their own traditions and like to spend the holiday together. They chose to get their house renovated during this time, knowing it would interfere with their Christmas traditions. So, I asked them to leave. I can't put my life on hold and move out because they want to spend the holiday with each other. They won't be homeless. My parents took them in, but they called me absolutely infuriated because I refused to let them stay and wouldn't let them enjoy the holiday after all the trouble they went through with the renovations. AITA? Edit. Thank you for the awards and support. I keep seeing the "how could you be an asshole" comment. I understand it, but my entire family did turn against me. That sort of thing messes with your head. Thank you nonetheless for all of your help. Verdict. NTA. And NBSP. Update. AITA for asking my sister to leave after she tried to kick me out of my own house? The 10th of March 2021. It has been a few months since my last post and a lot has changed. After Christmas, my sister called me to apologize for what she had said. She told me she had been dealing with a lot of issues at that time and she didn't mean what she said. I felt sorry for her. I really did. So I told her all was okay and that she and Roger are forgiven. Fast forward a month and Emily and Roger are getting separated. I don't know their business, but I know that financial problems were a big part of it. She had asked to stay with me again and I, feeling sorry for her, said okay. The first day she came to stay with me was great. We got along well, ordered takeout and watched a movie together. Something we haven't done since we were very young. Keep in mind that my house has 3 bedrooms. One belongs to me. One is a guest bedroom and one is just a pretty much empty room. I decided to furnish the smaller guest room instead of the bigger one as I keep my violin and other instruments in there. She was staying in my guest bedroom, a very small space with just a bed and a nightstand. This was a downgrade from her living space, but she didn't seem to mind. About 2 nights after she came, she asked if there's any way that she can switch the rooms. Keep in mind that I had no idea how long she was planning on staying, so I didn't think it was a big deal. The room has a comfortable bed and a nightstand with some drawers. It's not permanent, so I told her no. This was when the bigger problems started. She began to leave her dirty clothes and dishes all over the floor. She'd stained a quilt that a close friend of mine had made for me with food. I asked her to please keep my rooms tidy and she started to break down crying. She told me she was feeling very down and that she is sorry. I understand this sort of thing, but I still asked her to keep tidy as she was living here for free. She kept doing it, however, and I asked her to leave again to stay with my parents. Dick move? Maybe. But the room was dirty and smelled disgusting. A few of my friends say I'm too harsh with her, but I had really tried to get along with her. But we just don't work. She didn't give my parents her sob story this time, though. And so there were no more fights with my parents. Fast forward again to last week. My sister gives me a call and apologizes. She told me that she knows we can never be friends, but she hopes we can be civil. I said absolutely. I want to take a moment to thank all of the people who took time to respond to me. You guys helped me get through Christmas 2020 and NBSP. Reminder, I am not the original poster. I don't know their business, but I know that financial problems were a big part of it. Maybe don't renovate your house and put unnecessary financial strain on your relationship when money is tight. Person shrugging. This is almost, but not quite, as bad as a couple deciding to have a baby in order to save the relationship. I like how the sister thinks no one will notice that her inability to keep her room clean came only after she was denied the larger room. Sure, Oop could have given her the bigger room, and she should have at least had a conversation with sister about what her plans were and how long she thought she might be staying. Anyway, the entitlement shown in the first situation and then the childish temper tantrum shown in the second is certainly indicative of someone with whom Oop shouldn't pursue a deeper relationship. I wonder if OOP's parents left the house for Christmas so sister and husband could have their special celebrations. I don't see why Oop and sis can't be friends. They just can't live together. This is just sad. Fast forward again to last week. My sister gives me a call and apologizes. She told me that she knows we can never be friends, but she hopes we can be civil. I said absolutely. Hopefully this means OOP's sister is getting therapy and actually intends on following through with being civil. Parents were way out of line, chastising you for not vacating your own home at a holiday. I get that sister was depressed, but treating the house like a flophouse is not to be condoned. Family can suck worse than anyone else. A lot of people are leaning toward attributing the sister's behavior to depression and or not wanting her sister to witness she and her husband being awkward on Christmas. But the cycle of overstep, have a tantrum when called on it, apologize, repeat, has me seeing the pattern of a chronic personuser, especially in conjunction with the unsubtle guilt trip of, I know we can never be friends but I hope we can be civil. That's not the apology of someone who wants to make amends and mend fences. It's the apology of someone who is doing damage control with one of their human resources. As they say, no good deed goes unpunished. Usually when I read stuff like this, I think to myself, when you two were kids there is usually a reason you two weren't close. I see this from every angle. I'm sure anyone who had gone through a divorce or difficult breakup understands the week to a month afterwards you are just a mess. You just want to hide in your bed, eat food, be a slob with passing out on the couch with pizza, etc. Then one day you just snap out of it and start moving on. You shower. You clean your kitchen. Start cooking healthy and stop the takeout. You get out of your sweats and comfy clothes to more suitable clothes you can socialize in. It's also her house and she wants it clean. I fully understand that. Remember Sex and the City had a whole episode of it. Sleeping till noon. Greasy Chinese for a month. Give 'em an inch, and they'll take a mile. Poor Oop keeps letting the toxic leeches invade their life. You know, sister says she has a lot going on. But all of these problems seem to start only after she's denied something she wants. NTA. I'm always surprised by comments like my friends said I was too harsh. Where do people find such lackluster friends? They sound like the kind of people who would sell you out if there really was a purge. Like in the movie, Get Better Friends. This wouldn't fly in my family. I'd be given about a week, maybe 2, to let everything fall apart before being gently reminded that ignoring everything was just making it all worse. I might be offered help to create a system to stay organized, or to make a therapy appointment. I would feel comfortable being a slob with my sisters, but not with friends, which is why I'd find it important to maintain the friends standard. I wonder if getting too comfortable also contributed to Sis's marriage ending. Sounds like her sister in under a lot of stress and turmoil. Hope she gets better. When she said the room smelled disgusting, I got flashbacks. We were the poorest family in our congregation, but the church leaders would come to my mom and ask her to take in people because no one else would. Some of them used to steal from us. Others were really cool. But after one lady left, I opened up the hall closet we rarely used and was hit with a putrid smell. She had been ditching her used maxi pads in there for the whole time she was staying with us. There will be times where you can love someone but can't be anywhere near that person. Hope the sister gets her life straightened out. Oop's sister was nothing but an entitled $1 hole to her. Seriously, Oop let her and her now ex-husband live in Oop's house for free. Then expect Oop to get out of her own house because they have a tradition of spending time together on Christmas. And then after separating from her husband, and then ask Oop to move back, in which after everything still welcome her back into Oop's house. And after a few days ask for Oop to switch bedrooms, and after being told no, start leaving mess and even ruin a gift Oop got from a friend. Seriously, the sister got too many chances in my honest opinion, because the Christmas situation alone would have her on thin ice. So when Oop noticed she started leaving mess after being told no about switching room, that would have been it, and that point Oop should have told if you keep this up she would have to move back in with their parents. Seriously, Oop was way nicer than they should have with their immature entitled sister. Because I know divorces is no walk in the park by no means. But her behavior in this post from start to finish just screams entitlement. Is the sister the golden child trademark? The entitlement and coddling by family is nauseating.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.